friends to Simply Cooking with Coach Sarah. Today we are going to be making cheesecake, the classic cheesecake. It is almost Mother's Day, and I thought this is the perfect time to kill two birds with one stone because this is one of my mom's favorite recipes, and I thought I've got to make this for my mom, and I'm going to show you guys how to make it too, so you can make it for you or for your mama too, or for your special friend or your special person who's like a mama to you. Okay, so today I'm going to start chopping strawberries. If you're going to make this with me live, please be sure to get out your cream cheese. You want to let it sit out for like 30 minutes. I will give you a tip though if you forgot and you didn't. I will tell you what to do. But chunky cheesecake is not good. It's not good. So we'll talk about that. All right, if you're joining me live, be sure to say hi. Good morning. Good morning. I am so glad you are here with me this morning. You guys can find these recipes. We are going to be using our Trim Healthy Mama cookbook, and you can find the recipes. The crust is on page 323. We're going to be using the simple Simon crust. I do have some tips and recommendations for you to make it very delicious, okay? And then the chocolate berry wedding cheesecake is on page 332. So those are the two recipes that you will need to have handy. So go grab your cookbooks if you're doing that. If you are watching the replay, don't forget to hit hashtag cheesecake for me. You guys, we have a special guest in the house today. One of my generation movers, Lori, sent me a special request. Her daughter is homeschooled and she's doing this super cool activity, sending her little special guest all across the United States. And so he is visiting all the way from Washington. So please give our special guest, Flat Stanley, a hand. I just want Madeline, thank you for sending and trusting your very, very special Flat Stanley with me. He is going to be traveling with us very safely, protected in this. So while we're cooking, we will not hurt Flat Stanley. So, all right, Flat Stanley, are you ready to make cheesecake? Give me a fist bump. All right, he's ready. So we're making cheesecake today with our friend Flat Stanley. Can you guys see him back there? He's right there. Okay, we're good. I gotta keep him in sight. That's for you, Madeline. I hope that you know that he is safe and having a good time in Minnesota. Okay. I'm going to chop these up while I'm talking because I don't want to forget. You can use whatever topping you want. If you want to do strawberries, if you want to do a different fruit, you can do blueberries or blackberries or raspberries. And another fun idea, you can make the Slim Belly Jelly. If you like a jelly topped cheesecake, you can do that. And if you like, let's see, Good Jam is my favorite. It's my favorite. So you could get their strawberry, you could get their blueberry, you could smother that on top. Now, if you wanted to make a crossover, you could always do something like cherries or something like that on top. So it's a special occasion. Maybe you want to splurge. If you want to keep it an S, then just keep it with your berries and your low-carb fruits. All right? Who is with us this morning? I gotta say hello to our friends. Let's see. Good morning, Denise. Good morning. Oh, you're joining us live. Bonnie is in the house. Who else is here? I can't see. Oh, whoever said I'm awesome, bless your heart. Okay, I'm coming over here to see if I can see. Sometimes I can't see anything. Where is it? Let's see. Let's see. Who is here? Lori! Oh, Lori! This is Lori's daughter, Madeline. Is Madeline here? Madeline? I love you, girl. You are so sweet. I love your Flat Stanley. Say hi to Lori. She's here in the house. Okay. Cindy, good morning. Oh, goodness, you guys. It's going to be a good day. It's a good day to have fun. Okay. Now, this thing is so easy. So if you're like, what can I do for Mother's Day? What can I make right now? Say you have special things going on. This is the easiest dessert ever, I swear. And my mom likes it, you guys. That's why I'm making this for my mom. And the reason my mom likes it is it tastes like the real deal. It tastes like the real deal. And so I'm going to tell you how to make that work. Because you guys know sometimes we can make Trim Healthy Mama stuff. And my mom is not fully on plan. So I'm just throwing that out there because if you're like, I don't know, sometimes I don't like the desserts, you're probably going to really like this one. And for those, if you need to bring something to a party this weekend, you're bringing something, maybe your mom's not on plan either. I think your mom's gonna like this. So you should be safe bet. Okay, I got my strawberries all sliced and ready. So now we are ready to start. We're gonna do the Simple Simon crust first. If you guys have a springform pan, that will be the best for this. However, some of you don't have one. You don't have to have a springform pan to make this work, okay, you guys? What you're gonna wanna do is either get a silicone round pan like this, and if you're like, but Sarah, I don't have one of those, that's okay also. What you can do is get an 8x8 rectangular. That will work perfectly as well. You could do a rectangular pan, but it will be thinner. So just keep that in mind if you do a rectangular or double the recipe. So once you have your pan, I am going to show you, one of my suggestions is, I needed to make one so I could show you the finished product because this is why we're making it today. So I would recommend you guys at the latest, if you're making it for Sunday, make it by Saturday because you want this to at least chill for 6 hours, okay? It's really important. So I needed my springform pan to show you guys today and I made one yesterday. And so my tip is if you put a piece of parchment into your springform pan, it will slide out beautifully. It will come out. And so I love how easy that is because then I will show you guys what I did with it when we get that far. So once you have your pan ready, then I want you to get something to mix it in. I am going to, this is for your crust. I am going to be mixing, I gotta move this out of the way. Let's see. There we go. I am going to be using my food processor, and all you need to do is we're gonna start with almond flour, okay? So follow the recipe. We're gonna go right down the list. I'm gonna recommend a change though on the sweetener. Let's see, here we go. Also, I do wanna mention over here on the side, I don't think you guys can see it, it's on the side here, but I am melting some of my favorite 365 sugar-free dark chocolate chips, and we're gonna drizzle that on top. My mom actually doesn't love chocolate, so we're gonna just do a very light drizzle just for decoration. So I know, how did this happen? I love chocolate. I don't know how that happened. How did I get birth from that? I don't know. She doesn't like peanut butter either. How did this happen? I love both of those things. But if so, you guys can decide if you want to add the chocolate, if you don't want to add the chocolate, if you want to do a drizzle of like peanut junkie butter sauce on top. Woo, that sounds good. Another thing you guys could do, if you want, you could make the cookies and cream cheesecake. Go on to Array of Hope Health on YouTube and just type in Array of Hope and then type in cookies and cream cheesecake and it's going to pop up. You can watch me demo that, or you can go straight to the link with the recipe in the description, pop that up and make it's like an Oreo crust, and that would go fantastic with this too for my chocolate lovers. So depending on what you want, my mom again is not a chocolate lover, so I'm not going to be making a chocolate crust today. So while these are melting in my Wilton chocolate melter, we are going to put the crust together. So I'm adding almond flour into my food processor, and then we are going to add here's where you can decide what you want to do. I just melted some butter, and this is some Kerrygold salted butter. So this is what I'm using. You can, this is for sure, you guys, not a dairy-free recipe, not at all. You can add, if you add salted butter, do not add the salt, the extra salt. If you do the coconut oil, then you can add the salt, all right? So either way will work. Then what you're gonna wanna do is instead of, now I am using Gentle Sweet xylitol free. This one does not clump. It's very fine, it's very thin. So the recipe says to take super sweet and grind it. Well, if you guys follow me, I know you guys are drive-through Sues, you do not want to do that. So get yourself some Gentle Sweet xylitol free and put 2 tablespoons of that, okay? So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons. So that is my tip, and then you don't have to grind anything. Next, we are going to blend this together. That's it. Now, if you don't have a food processor and you're like, oh no, I'm already in the middle of this and making it, I've been caught there. What you're gonna wanna do is if you mix it in your, in a bowl, it won't be wet enough. So you're gonna have to either add a little bit more water or a little bit more butter. Push this down. You just want to make sure that sticks together. Otherwise, you got to add a little bit more liquid. Let's check it. Let's check it. We're close. We're close. Ooh, it might be ready. Is it ready? Ooh, it's pretty close. You know what? I'm going to add just a touch more butter. I would feel happier about it because it is slightly dry. Where did I put my bowl? I already lost it, you guys. Goodness. This is what I do in real life is pace my kitchen back and forth. Anybody else? I'm like, what did I forget? I forgot something. Okay, I'm just adding this a little tiny bit more. I don't want it to be crumbly. Okay, there we go. All right. Then, let's see. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, we are ready. Yes, looking good. It's all stuck on the side here. I see it. Ha ha. This is a little bit one of those blend longer ones. Okay, let's check it. Oh yeah, look at that. If you can pull it out and it looks like cookie dough, you nailed it. So now I'm gonna take my springform pan and I'm gonna move some stuff out of the way. Undo this. Okay. All right. Now I got too many things. Make sure you guys can see good. Okay. So now I'm going to put this in the bottom of my pan. Oh yes, 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 yes. This looks good. We need some music. It's too quiet. It's too quiet in here. My kids went to the park. They got a new zip line in our park. And it's so fun. Yes, I tested it out. Yes, absolutely I did it. It was really fun. My neighbor girl goes, I've never seen you so happy. I'm like, oh. You guys got to bring the kid out and yourself. when you're at the park with your kiddos. Okay, so can you guys see this? I'm just pushing it in. Now you want to make sure you push it in nice and tight so it's not crumbly. So get the edges really good so that when you go to take it out of your springform pan and put it on a decorative plate or put it on, I don't even know what the thing I use is called. It makes me think of the case for the rose in Beauty and the Beast. What are those called? I'm sure those have a name. Special little case. Okay, so once you get it all in like that, pushed nicely, set this aside. You don't have to bake this crust. That's another reason I love this one. So, I need to rinse my hands off. Now we are going to put in our filling. So I'm going to use my KitchenAid mixer. I have mixed this in my blender, and that also works if you really don't have a KitchenAid mixer, although I like the texture a little bit more when you do it in the KitchenAid. That's what we'll talk about, texture. When I have messed this up, if your cream cheese is too cold, it really needs to be soft. And so if it's too cold, your batter will be chunky and it's really not fun. I've had chunky cheesecake. It's like, it's not smooth, it's not creamy. And so to avoid that, there's a couple things. If you're like, but Sarah, I just got my cream cheese out, what do I do? And I have to leave for work in 1 hour. Then you have to, once we get this going, you will just let it sit and blend and blend and blend until the cream cheese essentially melts, because eventually it will soften and it will come together. So I have done it where I didn't know it could do that, and I just poured it because I thought, oh, there's no hope for this. But there is hope. So if that happens to you, you can just keep whipping it. It won't like curdle or anything. So I'm gonna stick these in, but hopefully you left it sit out long enough. Okay, I'm using light cream cheese from Trader Joe's. This is the one that I get. I really like this one a lot. And now, instead of, it calls for lemon juice. I'm gonna switch over to the recipe. Again, this recipe is on page 332 in the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook. This is a classic. This is a go-to for my family. If I need to bring something, this is definitely one that is a crowd pleaser. So 2 tablespoons of lemon juice will equal 1 lemon. It calls for 1 lemon. I never get a lemon for this. I always just use lemon juice. If you don't like the lemon undertone, I still recommend you put a little bit in, but you could do 1 tablespoon if you don't like the lemon taste. Does that make sense? This is like a more very classic cheesecake with the lemon hint undertone. You can go up to 3 tablespoons. That's very lemony. So depending, here's the thing. If you don't mind having raw eggs, I would encourage you, especially if you're new to Trim Healthy Mama and you are uncertain of the sweetness, I would say just taste the batter. I won't tell the egg police that you did it, okay? Because there is raw eggs in here. So we're gonna go ahead and add our raw eggs. And the nice thing about this recipe, it's one of those, put it all in here and blend it together. So we're gonna do that. And now, let's see, we're going to add, now it has an option for super sweet or gentle sweet. I really encourage you to use the xylitol-free gentle sweet. Again, it's not gritty. Your final product won't be gritty. It's delicious. Use the full amount. Now, if it's not sweet enough to your liking, this is actually perfect for me. You can always add a little bit more. I would start with 1/4 cup. If you decide when you taste the batter, you're like, no, I want it a little bit sweeter, do 1/4 cup and then increments from there. But I think 1/4 cup and you will be good. So for me, I don't remember the last time I've had sugar. And so my taste buds are definitely changed. But again, my mom has this recipe and she loves it, and she still has not completely ridden of sugar in her life. So throwing that out as a disclaimer. Okay, now I'm going to add some vanilla extract. And I am going to measure these because this one's almost like you got to be pretty accurate on. You know I like to throw things in and guess, but this one I like to measure. Okay, so we're going to whip this together. Now, I don't have one of those fun guards, so I literally go like this. I am the shield. Oh, goodness. All right. I need one of those splash guards. One day I'll be that fancy. You guys probably have one. I'm jealous. Okay. This needs to, I'm going to have to let this sit for a minute and go around and around and around and around. So, if you have to do that, you can do something else in your kitchen. Go put some dishes away. Go do something. Because we do not want chunky cheesecake. No chunky cheesecake. All right, Flat Stanley, come take a look. What do you think? You love it? I love it. All right, he loves it. He's excited. Can't wait to have cheesecake. I wish my husband was here. He talks for our dog and all the things. I'm not that good at voices. I should not quit my job. Okay, this is coming together beautifully. Let me see if I can lift this up and show you guys. It's whipping together quite lovely. Okay. Ta-da. Where are we going? Am I right? Am I right? There. I'm always messing with this. All right. Anybody have a? I love my hair. Thank you. My daughter did it. I'm still the model, you guys. My daughter got one of those fake heads to do its hair. I now have, and she bought the cheap one because my kids are like frugal like me, and she bought the purple one because the purple one was half the price. There's now purple hair all over the house. Like, all over the house. Purple hair. I'm like, so if you're thinking of getting one, maybe think twice. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Anybody have any questions? What size is the pan? The pan, that one is a traditional springform pan. I don't know if it says. Yes, it does. I will read it. 9-inch. This one's a 9-inch. 9-inch. And I think this Epicure, this one might actually be 8. I think this is 8. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's 8. I just stuck it right in. But it would still work. It'll just be really thick. And if you do like an 8x8 pan, it'll just be thicker versus if you do like a rectangular pan, it'll be thinner. So you can play around with it. Have fun. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. All right, let's see. What else? Madeline. He's having a good time back here. He gets to do some fun stuff this week. He's going to ballet with me tonight. You just wait. He is. Okay, let's see. You had a KitchenAid and you gave it to your son-in-law. I'd rather just use a hand mixer. You can use a hand mixer, but you might be mixing for a while. You see how long this is going? Because you want to make sure, I'm going to turn it up even. You want to make sure this is not chunky. You want it to be creamy, not chunky. That's the thing. But look, I'm not really doing, I'm just talking to you guys. So see, this frees up your time. You don't have to stand there and do it. So if you have a food processor, you could do that. If you have a Vitamix, you could do that, but you do have to scrape the sides a lot if you use your Vitamix. So just warning you on that one. Let's see. Anybody else have any questions? Oh, thank you, Randa. I felt it. I fixed my sweater. You'll be just like me. Did I have toilet paper though? Let's see, are we close? Oh, you guys, we're getting close, we're getting close. You see it? Make it perfect. Gotta make it perfect for the mama. My mom's gonna be so happy. Because not does she get one cheesecake, she gets 2. She doesn't know. My mom has no idea. I get to go bring her this after. She'll be excited. Doo-doo. I'm just waiting. It's really close. I'm feeling it. Which of the cheesecake recipes is your favorite? Oh, that is such a good question. Dina, I would say cookies and cream cheesecake, but I'm a chocolate lover. I love chocolate, so that's my favorite. If you guys remember, a couple weeks ago we did the what did we make? We made the peanut butter pie, but we made it with the cookies and cream cheesecake crust. Oh my goodness, that's to die for. So if you love peanut butter and chocolate, those two are to die for. Traditional, this is the best. This is the best. It's so good. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good. We're really close. Let's see, I'm gonna scrape. I feel it's pretty good. I need, all my scrapers are missing. I don't know how this happens, but it does. Let's see, it's looking pretty creamy, pretty creamy. Just a minute longer here. Then we are going to I need to get a plate. Okay. While I let that finish, you guys, I just wanted to show you a couple of. So this one has 1 net carb. Have you guys seen this one? This is the black currant jam from Good Good. These are all sweetened with erythritol. It has stevia, erythritol, gelatin, and black currant. That's it. You can order all of these from Amazon. So if you want to try different flavors, you can get them all from Amazon. I know that my Walmart only sells grape. So if you want to try some of the other flavors because you can't find them, you can just get them on Amazon. If you order them, I hope you guys can hear me okay. If you order them in bulk, so like 3 or more, they're actually cheaper than if you try to order 1. So that's my tip to you. Sometimes I move up. They're about $6 for each one on Amazon. And I think they're like $5 for the grape at Walmart. So it's not really that much more, and it's delivered to your door. So you're saving gas money. All right. We're going to call it done. El Dano. So I hope you could hear me when I was talking. You guys see? Now take it. Of course, now you guys taste it and make sure you're happy with it. I know I like this because I've had it before. Now, what you're going to do is, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, turn your ovens on. It's okay. Preheat your oven right now. Hurry, quick. And let's see, what is the temperature? 350. Preheat your oven to 350. And then we're going to cook it for 35 minutes. You can always check it at 30 to make sure that it's not burning. But I like mine to have a dark brown top. I just feel like it looks nice. And you're going to cover it and decorate it with strawberries anyways. So once you get all of this in, this is so lovely. Then just make sure it's nice and even. Look how fluffy that is. This is so fluffy. And you want it to be fluffy because then it's like light and airy. yes, yes. Okay. That looks awesome. Okay, oops. Now, oh look, some for the kids, or me. So there we go. There we have it. This is gonna go in the oven. I just stick this directly in for 35 minutes at 350. And then when it comes out, what you need to do is set it, like my stove, it's a gas stove. So as long as you haven't used it, I just let it cool so that it's getting air. Make sure it completely cools and then go stick it in your fridge. And you wanna stick it in your fridge for at least 5 to 6 hours. Don't try to rush and take it out of the pan and put it on a fancy plate, because you'll be sad and you'll be messaging me, Sarah, my cheesecake cracked, and I don't want it to crack on you, okay? So that's really important. Then, once you do that, let me move this out of the way. When you pull out your cheesecake, you will, I'll show you guys, I actually messed up. Here it is. Ta-da! What are these called? What is this called? Help me. It makes me think of Beauty and the Beast, where they put the rose in it, you know? It probably has an actual fancy name, and I don't know what it is. So, can you guys see my edge, how it's not perfect right here? I totally just, really quick, I released the springform. So here's what not to do. Don't quick do that. When you release your springform pan, go around the edge first. And I just wasn't thinking when I did it. I went bloop, and it went blip. And so instead, just go around the edge, then release it, and it won't look exactly like that. It will look perfect. Which you can see where it stayed intact. It should look like that all the way around. Okay? Although it did give me, I could sample it, and it tasted fantastic. It did. So now, once you have this, if you put the parchment paper down, you can literally just slide. I took a spatula, slid it under, and then I just peeled it off. Like I could pick this whole thing up if I want to. Peeled it off, and then I set it onto my plate. So if you have another decorative plate that you want to do, you can set it onto anything. Now, then for this is where you can add your fun strawberries. You can add the chocolate. If you want to make a fun whipped cream, you can do that. There we go. So now, and you guys, this is where you get to just have fun and decorate however you want, okay? So once you get your strawberries on, or your fruit, this is where you could, like the black currant, you just literally spread this directly on top if you wanted to. And then that would add some moisture too. So I'm just gonna go around the edge with my fun strawberries. Also, if your strawberries are not quite in season yet, or they're not as sweet as you like them, you can always add gentle sweet, and that will help sweeten your strawberries. It's something I used to do when I first started Trim Healthy Mama. I used to always have strawberries for dessert, and I would add gentle sweet, and it just felt like I was having something super oh, you know what? I feel like it needs a strawberry in the middle. Ta-da! Okay, that's cute. Now, we're gonna take the chocolate sauce. Can you guys see? It looks good. I'm excited. Okay, so let me turn off my chocolate melter. I don't think you guys, I'm gonna bring it over so you guys can see. All right, so here, this is my Wilton chocolate melter. I use it all the time, you guys. Seriously, one of the best investments as a Trim Healthy Mama. You can melt any of your favorite chocolates, but it's easy. You just pour this in, turn it on melt, and boom, you have instant chocolate without having to go through any hubbub, okay? It's a really great shortcut. So the other thing is, if you let this is warm right now because it's been on keep warm. Don't have your chocolate stuck on the melt position, or it will start to coagulate. And I love you enough to tell you, especially Lily's chocolate. Lily's is the worst for coagulating. This one really doesn't, but turn it to warm and it will be totally fine. Then you can take this. If you want to put it in like a piping bag and pipe it, you can do that. If you don't want to do that and you just want to just kind of like drizzle it on top, you can just drizzle it however you want. You can be as fancy as you want, or you can be as drive-through Sue as you want. So, hi, Rhea.
Hi.
Do you want to say hi to my friends? It looks good. You want some?
Mm-hmm.
You have to ask Grandma. Do you want to give it to her?
Oh, no?
Not, yeah, when we're done. We'll go give it to her. We'll surprise her.
Okay.
Because every day, my friends, is Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to you guys. Truly, happy Mother's Day. Every day is Mother's Day. We're always doing stuff for our families. So you are a blessing. Look at that. Okay, I probably should stop because my mom doesn't like that much chocolate. She can pick it off. It'll be okay. It looks so good. Can you guys see this? I'm going to have to angle it down so you guys can see it. That is amazing. I love it. Okay, let's see. Here we go in for a close look. What do you guys think? It's beautiful. So, now, keep this in the fridge till you're ready to serve it. Put do not eat on it if you have a big family problems. Am I right or am I right? Somebody takes a little sliver and then next thing you know, you have no cheesecake. That happens all the time here. Okay, what do you think? Flat Stanley, what do you think? You want some? Here, you can lick a strawberry. He likes it. He says it's very good. All right, Guy, thanks for cooking with me today. Fist bump. You're awesome. I feel like we need to do like spirit fingers. Spirit fingers! Show me your spirit fingers.
What?
Spirit fingers. Ah. No? Okay. They're not vibing me. You better do spirit fingers at home. It's Mother's Day. Get to. All right, you guys, there's a Trim Healthy Mama sale happening today. I put a link in the description. If you want to go check it out, there's a whole bunch of bundles. It's like makeup and what else? Collagen. Oh, goodness. What else? Soap, shampoos, all kinds of stuff. So go check it out. I put the link in the description. If you guys have any questions, be sure to put them in the comments. Don't forget to put #cheesecake if you're watching the replay for me. That helps the sister out. Thank you. And let me make sure I didn't miss any. I think the container is called a glass cloak. Is that right? Did I say that wrong? Or a glass dome? Glass dome. That would make sense, wouldn't it? A cloak. Cloak? Am I saying that right? Cloche or cloak? Oh my goodness.
Probably not cloak.
I'm going with cloak. I feel like that's how you say that. Like it's silent. All right, guys. Well, it has been so fun hanging out with you today. Happy Mother's Day. You are an amazing mother. Go out, be a blessing, and make some cheesecake for yourself and for your mama. I will see you guys again next week. All right. What can they do, Flat Stanley? They're watching from YouTube. Hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you don't miss any of Coach Sarah's awesome videos. Thanks for being here, guys. Have an awesome day. Bye, guys.